decision changed because of that big 5? Oh, well, that was an unintentional flatty.
Game shot on the second leg.
If he tried that another 100 times, I bet he couldn't do it again.
Wouldn't stay on the board. I've only ever seen, certainly, from Dow Gurney in terms of the flatty.
And that is a leave for a match start if Bolton doesn't take a 170 out. We've seen plenty of them over the course of the last 12 weeks. We're not going to get one in the first game by the looks of it.
Well, what a response, Nico. 22-dart opening leg, followed by 14-14 and potentially 13.
Considering that first leg, it's been an amazing performance, and it is a 4-0 start for Luke Littler. He finishes with an average of 93.94, and his first leg was terrible. 40% on the doubles, and a solitary maximum is good enough to take care of what looked like a fairly rusty Andy Bolton, but for a first performance, it might be quick.
It'd be frosty.
As far as their performances in winning their weeks are concerned, they were fairly similar. We don't have to wait too long for the first max in this game. It comes from Sugar. But Robinson, in winning his week, averaged 90.89. West, winning week 5, 90.96. So not too much between them, albeit a few weeks ago.
I think he should have called himself the Juice on the back of an 11-darter. That would be quite apt. 2.4 180s per match played in the Super Series.
174.
Not just maximums, but massive approach shots like that. West is on a 10. I didn't think we were going to improve on leg 1. We might do it in the very next leg.
83.
Well, if he goes out in 10, the next one's got to be a 9, Nico.
Game shot on the second leg.
You mentioned
Steve West.
Any sort of chance of winning this match, he finds one.
May have to take
105.
Out the 141.
141.
Gets the 60. Oh, just misses the 57.
That would have been the ironic 321 and 6. But Robinson, to his credit, with an A-star performance here in round 1, takes his first 2 points with a 13-dart leg. Now, West does lose that match in 6 legs, but he'll be buoyed by the fact that he did play exceptionally well, averaging over 103 himself. But Robinson stands alone in performance so far today, 105 and 57% on the checkouts. Visit perfect and very, very good indeed. Patrick van den Bogaard, or as we like to call him, Mr. Boogard.
Boogard.
Double top. Oh, he's missed it left again.
Very required 109.
So 2 dots at tops, both missed left. Van Peer can steal on 109. But so far, not looking particularly sharp.
Jeroen, you require 35.
Jeroen can take full advantage of this if he can find double 16.
Game shot on the second leg. Jeroen Mioch.
Now. This is a sign of
46.
confidence coming into Champions Week. He's not messing around. Missed 4 match darts.
14.
Make that 5.
And we can't underestimate that hot streak he's on and the confidence he will take from winning on week 12.
96. Jeroen, you require 32.
Another chance to end it.
Game,
and end as he does.
And the match.
A good performance. Now, he only started with legs in the 7-visit range, but after that, he was too hot to handle. 1-2-4 again, this time for Bolton. Still on. And the bullseye is required.
Game shot on the third taken. Andy Bolton.
First hot spot of the week.
141.
Go south. Go north. Oh, and West misses the 12s. Oh, that would have been something. I'm just wondering if he'd hit the 25, he would have been in single to double combination range. Whereas now, he still needs a treble.
Steve requires 62.
Treble 14. Tops.
Absolutely brilliant from West.
Steve West.
Timed to perfection. He had real highs in that game, but his consistency throughout, averaging close to 150% on the doubles. That was a superb game of darts, fitting for any Champions Week. And if only he'd hit that double 12, he would have had a 9-darter as well.
By 146.
To get a grip of the game, he needs another. I've got to give Mioch a lot of credit here.
Yeah.
He's starting to lift that level towards the 100 mark.
94. Jeroen, you
This
require
81
81.
checkout, if taken, is a 3-1 lead against the favourite. Double 13. The double that Littler wanted to have in his previous visit, but couldn't leave on.
Game shot on the
brilliant.
foreplay.
3-1 to Mioch. And what is happening today when it comes to the favourites for games?
I know.
$31.
Your face.
Jeroen, you require 80.
He did this in qualifying week.
I've been left speechless, which is not often the case.
Now, we wondered why we talked about the flat 8. This is why. Look how much he's had to
60.
move around to try and find a pathway in.
Luke, you require 5.
We know which way he's going this time. Oh,
No
not
score.
that way, though.
Jeroen, you require
And for
20.
me, he knows the 16 double 10 split's wrong.
Game,
And he's paid the
shots,
price
and the
as
match.
Jeroen Mioch produces yet another upset here on day 1 of Champions Week. I know.
$31.
Your face.
Require 5.
We know which way he's going this time. Oh,
No
not
score.
that way, though.
Jeroen, you require
And for
20.
me, he knows the 16 double 10 split's wrong.
Game,
And he's paid the
shots,
price
and the
as
match.
Jeroen Mioch produces yet another upset here.
Requires 76.
I call him Very, because this could be very Van Peer.
Game,
Beautifully
shot on
done.
the foreplay. Very
Clean.
Van Peer.
15 dart hold, 2-2.
Something on the line this week as well.
140.
If it's Van Peer or Luke Littler, could be something else online, but it's a match dart for Robinson.
Game,
That's a wonderful
shots,
finish
and the match.
from Sugar.
Reece Robinson.
Very, very sweet indeed, because now with 4 points in the bag from 2 games, courtesy of that biggest finish of the day so far, it's that man on the left-hand side of your monitor that has 80% on the doubles and an undefeated streak of 2 to start his campaign here in Champions Week. That was very good indeed, wasn't it?
I did want to do an example. We actually, once you've got the height of the board, one moment, this is
90.
it for the break. You
And he
measure
requires 74.
diagonally from the ball to the floor. And what you actually should do, if you put a pen there, you go all the way right and all the way left, like maybe 2 or 3 feet either way. And that would give you what should be the shape of the hockey, because then you are exactly the
27.
same point away from
Jeroen,
the
you
board,
requires 60.
no matter where you stood on the hockey.
Back to the MODUS Super Series, where we are 2 rounds of fixtures down on the first day of Champions League. It is a very warm welcome up to the balcony for the first time in Champions Week to the asset Paul Nicholson. This is what we've seen so far, Paul, and it's fair to say that we've seen a little bit of everything. Unpredictability, some excellent darts, the whole lot.
I think unpredictability is the right word. We can try and predict with the numbers that we've seen previously, but ultimately it's the people with the darts making the statements that will make the headlines. And so far what we're seeing are the 2 outsiders, perceived outsiders, who are making the waves. Mioch getting 4 points and Robinson getting 4 points. I'm not sure many people would have predicted that, but fair play to them.
Let's digest then the tale of the day so far. Let's begin with Jeroen Mioch. Now, he's won 2 out of 2, and he's kind of ridden the wave of momentum that he's picked up from last week.
You were just saying to me off the air that he hasn't lost a match since Wednesday last week. It doesn't matter that he didn't play on Thursday and Friday. The fact that he has not lost a match in this building since Wednesday tells you everything you need to know, because when you continually win like that, you want to keep winning. You want that feeling to swell.
Well, he beat Luke Littler in his second game, but the big talking point is this: splitting 36 with the opponent on a match-winning shot.
Well, it doesn't make any sense. I could be here for 5 minutes telling you why it doesn't make sense. Now, maybe there are things that happen or evolve in scoring a 5-1 leg, and you may have your favourites in parts of the board, but as far as that's concerned, it makes no sense to me. I'll be intrigued to see what Luke says about it so we can try and understand why he does that.
On the other side of the card, Jeroen taking the finish out after Luke Littler said, you're not going to take it. Can that psychologically give him an advantage on the field?
Maybe, but I think in trying to crack some of these opponents, you're going to need more than 3 darts. You're going to need a psychological hammer. And especially with the experienced guys like Bolton and West, they've seen it all before. They've seen upstarts try different things. So we've got plenty of time to discuss things like that, but ultimately there will be new things that we'll have to discuss, but the experience might just be too much from some of the middle players and the more experienced players.
So if that was the ridiculous, this was kind of the sublime. Now, we've seen the flatties used quite a lot. Owen Bates did it here the last Champions Week, and Luke Littler using it in his game here, right from the very first dart.
This does make sense, but only if you can execute it. You might think, well, why has he done it on dart 1? He doesn't want any flights, any stems, or indeed any barrels in the way of a potential shot at double top. He's got so much skill to get the darts landing upright and flat. He has this in his locker, which not many players have got. I've seen Daryl Gurney try it with 60. Now we've got Luke trying it with 80. I just wonder what's next.
Well, the standard overall today has been absolutely superb, and we were almost treated to a 9-dart finish. Steve West clipping the double 12 to join the elusive list. And there's some 9 darts you think can go. I think when this treble 19 went in, it felt inevitable. Yeah,
he's been really good on double 12 in his career, and just look how close that was as well. It was a really superb try from Steve. Me and Mace think that that's just the precursor. We think one's going to go this week. We're going to hang our hat on it.
And he's been absolutely superb today, hasn't he, Steve West?
Yeah, he really has. Lost with a big average in his first game. And the ability to come back and perform at the same level, but get the result from behind as well, just goes to show where West is with his game.
Well, West is heading in the right direction. So this is the table after 2 rounds of matches. It's the 2 bookmakers outsiders who head the table at this particular point. And Reece Robinson, well, absolutely superb today. Ton plus average against Steve West, backed it up against Barry Van Peer.
In the past, he has been someone to throw his best darts at the start of a session. Now it's about sustaining that. Can he do this over the course of 3 days? That's the difficult thing about, you can be a sprint runner and you can get 10 seconds in 100 meters, but how can you do it over 1,500? Now it's a case of, can you do it over the next 3 matches and ultimately over the next 3 days? That's where the test is.
Andy Bolton in action up next against Jeroen Mioch. What's been your assessment of his day so far?
He wouldn't have been happy with his first performance, but he didn't look too perturbed. He knows that if there are going to be mistakes made, they can be made slightly early, but much better in the next game. And now there needs to be another continuation of improvement.
Well, he is in action against Jeroen Mioch, who is 2 from 2 so far today.
I expect Bolton to take this shot, and he does, with no trouble.
Andy Bolton.
I didn't know much Latin, but I knew plenty about Leighton.
Just watch the next time he's at the Yockey, which could be the last time in this match.
Yeah, another classy leg.
He has this proclivity of just nodding his entire body before the first dart. Watch this.
Jeroen, you require 87.
There it is. It's like a calibration technique for him, and it works. Working really well. He's still undefeated in the last 5 days. 4-2 the win, and another consistent display. He doesn't need to have the better average. He doesn't need to have the better checkered percentage. He just manages to get the wins, and this time it was by 4 legs to 2 to take him to 6 points. That already included questionable board management.
That ultimately, so far, has been costly.
Game shot on the third.
Not costly there.
Steve West.
He's actually showing himself how to do it and how not to do it. Shape. Berry would have been making shapes right there had he hit that 170. West,
Steve required
167 for the win. He's going to have to rely on misses 55. On double 15 or the split 30. Option. This is quite awkward for Berry.
Game shot on the 6th, though. Barry Van Peer.
But I see how disappointed he was to go inside the 18 because nobody likes double nine. Tops for Berry to pick up his first win of the day. And it eludes him. Does he split, Nico?
Require 18.
He's not going to. He didn't need to. And he does dodge bullets on the way to 4 points in the table. He is very much in the reckoning towards the top. They're still trying to catch Jeroen Mioch on 6 points.
May go ball. Yeah. Yeah, there's options to stay there. Too good, mate. He's just too good. 15 left.
82.
Well, the risk there is that if you go either side of the 7, you're back on 90.
Yeah, and then a 180 from Reese, and you're under or in a world of pressure.
Now that rhythm of Robinson is starting to break down
60.
a little bit in the middle part of today. He's got to watch that. Got to be a bit more metronomic.
Well, statistically in the past, Nico, and you picked up on it very early, he does tend to get out of the blocks quickly and then fade. Reese Robinson has the highest average of the day, 105.22, and it's not a coincidence
44.
that Littler is looking 100. To not only trump that 105, but do it against the player that hit it.
Wow.
Shots,
and with that 100 checkout, he's taken Champions Week to a new level. 67% on the doubles, but look at the numbers at the top. 113.77. We were talking about his ceiling. Indeed, this is a high ceiling place with a high ceiling of performance, and Reese Robinson had nothing in response to that. Required for a shot at the bull. Only gets 2.
86.
And now 6 19s needed for Mioch. He wants a shot at double 16.
Not bad. So a lovely setup from Steve
49.
West, finding the 48 to leave tops.
See, you require 40.
3 in hand for 2-1, a break of throw, and we'll be back on throw.
Double 10.
Game shot on the
that
third
will be a
leg.
nice little bit of pain relief because this game so far has been painful. That's perfect. That is not a bad visit at all, because that leaves him on a shot that does include double top.
And a setup dart.
60.
That's nowhere near it.
56.
So you get a clear target.
Steve West could be the man to beat Jeroen Mioch for the first time since Wednesday last week. And he is
and the match,
a valuable 6th point of the day. And no matter what happens in round 5, West will walk away with 6 points for the day. Mioch has still got a chance of 8, as has West, but ultimately West survived that game.
Well, he's going to be facing a match point, and it's not going to go. Robinson, treble 20, double 15, 20-20 ball.
140. Reach required 90.
You want to get rid of this as soon as possible. To get those points in the bag. And it's the bull.
65. And you require 24.
Certainly not a million miles away.
What a guide that is.
Game shot on the
superbly
fifth
used.
Andy Bolton.
So one bullet has been dodged. He keeps winning legs after his opponent keeps missing doubles.
No score.
I'll call him Boris the Bullet Dodger, but
reach require 18.
this might be the end. It is of the leg and the match. Not a classic display, but Reese will be very happy with the fact that he's back on the winning horse after losing in round 3, which a lot of players at certain ages are.
98.
Again, elite level counting.
And the referees have got to be on point with numbers like that.
Yeah, I'd be no good. I'd be going, well, I know what's left. I just don't know what he scored.
40.
We know what's left now.
Game
nothing.
shot on the fifth leg.
13 darter, break of throw at the optimum time. Double top.
76.
First mismatch
Berry
dart.
require 132.
Ball. Double 16, 25 treble 19, and ball, and it's got to go.
You heard him, Berry. Maybe he didn't hear you.
Another one of those drag darts, Nico, that you picked up on very, very early in today's play.
Luke, you require
Plagued
20.
him all day. Wrecked his confidence.
Game,
And that
shot,
will as well.
And the match.
Because Littler joins the party on 6 points. And because of the 4-2 win, it gets him to +7 in leg difference. Double 8. Oh,
60.
he's found the gap.
Well, Andy Barton's performance that week was it just shy of 95, 94, 92, would actually put him in second
Game
of this 12 in terms of
Jeroen Mioch.
their weekly averages.
Going to be too much to do from that position. Double top.
100.
He was throwing that from way left, wasn't he?
Yeah, there was not too much of that double he could see from the angle of entry.
140. Jeroen, you require
That's a good
20.
leave. But it doesn't
Game,
mean anything.
Shot, and the match.
In a little
Jeroen
under
Mioch.
9 minutes, Mioch wins by 4 legs to 0. And he has a tremendous shout of being at the top of the table by the end of the day. Hang on. Luke?
116.
Saw him to do something like that.
42.
He just misses out. West is not going to make him pay.
58.
Well, Westy, of
Luke
course, has hit
requires
the 3
60.
bullseyes, not on a finish.
Game shot on the second
Beautiful
leg.
shot. Look at that
Luke
dart
Littler.
just dangling in the board because of those long points. The split is the plate, but what do I know?
I mean, you're right.
22. Luke requires 70.
To make West pay.
Incoming flatty. There you go.
Does he stay with it, or does he go with the upright one?
Game shot on the fourth
it's
leg.
just delicious,
Luke
isn't it?
Littler.
When it's executed, he looks like a genius.
Yeah, needed 2 treble 19s and double 16.
52. Luke
So-
require 130.
The 130. Well, good luck with this.
Surgical.
105.
Almost perfect.
Steve require 94.
He made that look sickeningly easy. Double 6.
Game
Wow.
shot on the fifth leg.
Great finish under
Steve
pressure.
West.
As a very warm welcome back to the MODUS Super Series, where we are joined up here on the balcony by the defending champion, Luke Littler. Luke, you got your title defence here in Champions Week, up and running, 4 wins out of 5. How would you assess the day?
Well, obviously it's better than not winning a game, as I look at it. Obviously, I was a bit angry before when I lost, because I do love my double 10s, but obviously when you come inside, you've got to go fighting for the double 5, but 4 out of 5, it's not bad.
Can I ask about that split on the 36, splitting the 16 double 10? What was the thought process there?
Just double 10 is my favourite double, and I think if it ever come inside double 18, hate double 9, so I just switch, and obviously if I come inside, I go chasing double 5.
Well, you put in a fantastic performance earlier on today, 113 in there against Reece Robertson. And there's just moments, isn't there, where you just find another gear and you just look as if you're in an autopilot mode.
Obviously, I do have them games, but today I've been steady 90 pluses, which I'm happy with. But getting the big averages, it's even a bonus.
Has there been a little bit of extra pressure this week going into Champions League as the defending champion?
Not really. I just let my darts go, see where they go, and obviously I'm the defending champion, so everyone looks at me to win it. But it's not. I obviously didn't win all games, so just got to go on to tomorrow.
Indeed, tomorrow in we go, and look, you know Group A off by heart by now. Your record in it is so good, so you know Tuesday's that day, especially with the group as tight as it is, where if you can go and have a good day tomorrow, you set yourself up perfectly.
Well, like today's just as a settler, obviously get ready, 4 out of 5's, it's obviously a massive bonus, but tomorrow looking to do the same again, or even 5 out of 5, and then come Wednesday, that's when it matters.
Well, Luke, you played some fantastic stuff today. Thank you very much for joining us up here on the balcony. One final game for us to go on day 1 of Champions Week. It sees Andy Bolton in action up against Berry Van Peer, the victor, looking to get their first points of the group. And watching this one down in the commentary box is Paul Nicholson alongside Chris Mason.
Calloused for the chances of Berry to come out of this game with 2 points, but how has he found that 57?
101.
He didn't find the ball. That second dart was a delight.
32. Game shot on the third
That is
leg.
not for
Andy
Barry Van
Bolton.
Peer, because 3-0 Bolton, it could get him on the points tally very soon. Now it's the 54. He did think about that double 19 shot.
57. Berry required 91.
But I think he did the right thing there. It'll be double 17. Oh, he decided something else.
53. Andy required
So Andy's
40.
looking at tops for his first win of the day.
Game
And it
shot
doesn't take him
and
long
the
to get
match.
it.
Andy
And it is by
Bolton.
4 legs to 0 as well. Very unexpected day for Barry Van Peer, and over the next 12 to 18 hours, it'll take him some time to come to terms with the fact that he didn't get many shots at double in some of the matches that he played.